Hey everybody, Matt here, and I am on location at 3508 Yadkinville Road, the old Renolda Commons Shopping Center, which is the place we're trying to purchase right now. We have a contract on this that is, the due diligence is up this week. We'd like to set a closing date within the next 45 days. And I am doing this video to reach out to you if you weren't here on Sunday to hear me share some of our need at this moment. I can't disclose the exact price that we're getting this facility for. It's a good price though, and the value is, I think, really great for this 9.5 acres, 73,000 square feet, 33,000, which is directly behind me, which is what we would upfit for our church use. The other 40,000 are all these tenant spaces, all the way down to the very end. And so it has a potential for a lot of renters, a lot of businesses to come in here and really to bring up this whole entire area. The reoccurring revenue that we will receive from the tenants that are existing, as well as new tenants that we want to bring in, will help pay down the loan and then enable us to do a lot of things beyond that. We can give to missions, we can obviously pay the loan down and do a lot of other things. And so the potential, I think, is amazing. What led us here, just in brief, when we first found this place, and we've been working on this for over a year, the address really stood out to me of 3508 because the Lord had spoken to me really a scripture in the year 2006 for our church. It's been the scripture for our church is Isaiah 35, really 1-8. And it speaks of God, what he wants to do for people in healing and setting free, and that waters would flow and a refreshment for people. It's really a calling of our church. And so for the address to be that same scripture obviously was an encouragement to me. In addition, the trail, the Bethabara Park Trail, ends right here at this building. And so you can go from the building, walk out of the parking lot, turn right, and get on this trail underneath Renolda Road that goes for 2.5 miles. It's connected to Bethabara, which is meaningful as the Moravians and their story and them coming here to Bethabara in the 1700s really was the thing the Lord used to help me come to Winston-Salem to be a part of this church plant. And it's like a spiritual heritage in a sense. And to be connected with that is incredibly meaningful. And I think there's something beyond that the Lord really had in mind in helping us uncap the ancient wells that the Moravians had dug of worship and intercession and outreach. And so there's a lot of this that I would say is spiritual. And the natural, though, as we want to close this loan and move forward with this, we've identified there's a lot of costs associated with upfitting the inside, which we'll talk about later, really. But the outside needs a lot of help. We're going to need to spend well over $300,000 just in painting the whole place, pressure washing, painting a couple of coats. It's a big building, replacing these awnings, fixing the leaking roof, replacing HVAC systems over the tenant spaces so that we can rent these tenant spaces out. There's a lot that needs to happen there with resource, the down payment. And then, we're going to have to stay in our current facility for at least a year until, if we're able to get the next loan to upfit this place. That's going to take a lot of time to get that done. So we're going to have to pay both our rent and the associated overhead costs where we are right now, in addition to the loan payment. And so to do that, it's a double payment. It's a little tricky for a year. And so we need to raise some money to ensure that we can make those payments. We want to go into this in a healthy way where it's not stressing out the church, where we know we can do this while we're renting these spaces out and growing the reoccurring revenue that's going to help all the way around. And so I'm asking for your help. I'm asking for you to consider prayerfully to give and to be a part of this project, to be a part of sowing into what the Lord wants to do through Awake Church in this location for the next 20 plus years, however long we're going to be here. And we could use another $300,000. And so if you happen to have that lying around, that'd be really great to give right now. Most of you aren't going to have that lying around, but if you can be a part in any amount, it would be really helpful. You can give stock. You can give, hopefully very soon, some crypto. We're getting that site up and running. If you want to make a one-time donation, you can go to PushPay, which is the Awake Church app. and simply give that way. There's a new building project drop-down box you can select. You can give reoccurring or one time. You can also go to our website and pledge. This is what I would encourage people to do. Let's say you want to give $5,000 over the next year. Don't have to do it immediately. You want to give it over the next year. That lets us know that that money's coming. That would be really helpful to know. And you just go to awakechurch.com. On the upper right corner, the give button, hit that. The drop down box for new building project will come down. Select that, and there's a pledge button there. Let's say you put $5,000 in there. That's then it'll take you to the next screen, and you can choose how often to give how much, whether it's weekly, every other week, monthly, and so on. And that is a great way to give as you can throughout the year that will help us as we go into this, knowing that we can cover all of our costs and expenses. It takes faith for everything in the kingdom. I believe this is the place that the Lord has for us. It's going to take faith to do this, but also takes the generosity of people like you who are a part of this. This is a Awake Church. We're in this together, and I'm asking for your help. And thank you for considering. Thank you for praying about this. And thank you for your hearts. I've heard from so many of you who are saying, I'm with you in this. Well, I can see this. I believe we are supposed to be there. So thank you for that. And I'll give you updates along the way. Thank you so much.